In the midst of all this celebration and talk and discussion about what G5 is going to involve, especially with our main trio, I would like to remind you, you clicked on this video instead. Which means, you decided to listen to a guy riff on somebody else's fic, and destroy it, and complain, and insult it, and do other things while listening to this. You chose this, even though there are loads of other stories on this channel that you could be listening to. Like, for instance, Where Loyalties Lie, featuring Shining Armor and Rainbow Dash. Or Supermare, if you want to see a good old adventure superhero story. I can guarantee you, those I'm not complaining in there. Why? Because those are not bad fanfics. I am only doing this for my own entertainment and hopefully to make you laugh. If you do not laugh at these jokes, once again, that's your opinion. And you chose to click on this. This is your decision, not mine. I cannot apologize for the content when you chose to listen to it. Remember, you have choices and self-destiny. That being said, welcome back, everybody, to Darkness of Dimensions, Act 7. By our dear old friend, Mikey. Act 7, being seen. You can bet, comma. Oh my god, Mike can actually remembers commas. All of Ponyfield. Wait a minute. We're not going to start a chapter in the field era? We are not going to know what AOS is doing for the moment? We're going to start somewhere new? What a shock! I am utterly amazed by this! Guys, telling a fanfic over multiple narratives is not impossible. Nor is it really that hard. You can do it. You just gotta do it in the right way. One fanfic I read that did something similar had a good beat going. Oh, Hodenshy. Hodenshy did this perfectly. They would tell a long part in the Hoden universe. Then they would tell a short part in the Prime Quest universe. Then they would switch. Sometimes they would tell us what everybody else is doing. Sometimes they would switch. It helped to even things out. But here, so far, we've done about 6 full bits, starting off with the Fuel Era. It was getting annoying. Especially since Inuyasha didn't have anything happen. An enormous service was held for Spike's burial. A large statue of Spike was erected by Mayor Mayor because everyone who knew Spike was. I didn't. And how even though he made mistakes in the past, he was a good friend and a special little guy. They all knew this anyway. It only made it so much hard for everyone. Rarity was sobbing softly nonstop. Actually, I was busy working on my clothes. She had a hanky one hoof to dry her eyes, and a huge drink of water by her side with a large straw, due to crying so much and dehydrating herself. The others were all upset too. Even Discord was at the service, all dressed in black. He said nothing at all and didn't bother to make any wisecracks. Why is Discord even here? My kid fails to use them appropriately. He even suspended tissues for everyone, making it appear out of thin air. Oh wait, I forgot. This is Micah we're talking about. He has a strange belief that everybody needs to be here. First, I was pleased with him seeing for his morality, and he smiled sadly at her, but he was really just as upset that Spike was gone. Now who will we play ogres and obulettes with? Especially since Spike was the DM! Easily no one, and absolutely no one was more upset than Twilight. She had taken care of Spike ever since he was given to her an egg, like a mother caring for her child. Raised it, coddled it, named her George. More than understandable she was so devastated that she would most likely never recover from such pain. Spike, you owe me those $10. She saw softly under her breath. Celestia and Luna were both shaking in pain and sorrow and dabbing their eyes. Finally, the Wonderbolts. Why? With Rainbow Dash on the squad soared across the sky. Okay! Stop! Stop right here! This is going too far! Where's the 21 gun salute? Thank you. Where's the pump to come in and say, "Oh, now that he is dead, I hereby announce Spike a saint"? My God! There's being loved! Then there's this! The Curie Crusaders are all standing with their respective families. Well, Skula would, but she doesn't have a family. They're feeling sicker than sad, sick to themselves feeling it was their fault Spike was dead due to their plan going awry. Still hadn't told anyone else about it, especially now considering what happened to Spike. Was he blamed themselves for? But they didn't want to think of what kind of punishment the elders would give them for screwing up so badly. So for now, they agreed to keep their mouths shut. Over the past weeks, the ponies that cried their eyes got over and were able to return to their normal lives. But the tragedy left scars and burns that would never truly heal, especially for the friends themselves. Most of the other boys were like, "Who was that?" Twilight would look at the spot near her bed where Spike's basket used to lay, and she would shed a few tears. Starlight would hear her cries and come to see what wrong, only to break out and sob cry herself. Rainbow flew through the skies, much slower than ever. Applejack pulled a farm plow with a face bluer than a wet weekend. Don't. Trixie knows you have some sort of perverted gag up your sleeve. Oh man, Trixie can see it too. So don't you dare! I'm not going to. But I swear, it's not easy holding back. They all missed Spike too, but there's still chores to be done. Some of the friends felt worse than others. Biggie Pie was mixing up some cake batter, so she'd been doing it for 20 whole minutes, but her mind was somewhere else. She stood there mixing the batter, staring into space. Wow, such pretty constellations. Biggie, I think it's mixed enough. It'll never be enough. Was Spike mixed? Yes. Okay. Piggy looked down and realized the batter had been mixed. So much it seemed it was way too thick to be of any use. She picked up a heavy bowl, still standing in a trance, carried it to the fridge. Her apron string caught a low cupboard, shocked, dropping the mixing bowl and everything. Woo! And so that Piggy had a little egg. Even Fluttershy was plenty upset. Yes, even Fluttershy, who I can imagine to be one of the more emotional of the girls. Her eyes were all red and baggy for crying so much. It looked like she hardly got any sleep, sick also pain. This made it hard to do her chores and feed the animals, so Angel took over and straightened things out. Then proceeded to bitch slap her for failing not to feed her. For Rarity, she was on the couch, sobbing and going, Rares? Rares! That's your cue. Rarity? Look, we already had a deal with Twilight. No. Come on, Rarity, please. No. Please, Rares. No. Remember, I said we were promised until the crossover started, you girls were going to stay. I have more important things to do than stay around and proceed to be insulted like I always am during one of my scenes. So, no. You're going to have to find a way to bribe me with much more than just a grand adventure story out of this. Fine. How about I just replace all your scenes with Vex? That'll work. Oh, Trinket, you're such a cute little bear. Yes, you are. Vex looked up, wondering, how did she wind up here? And looking back towards me and getting really grumpy. I didn't even know you had a message. You'll be amazed at what you can do when you have a D&D when you have at least 2 D&D characters with magic. Especially a guy with a little animal message there. Legend, I thought you promised not to abuse me like this. Look at his safe hole there. They had it coming. From upstairs, Valeria could hear Vex playing with her little teddy bear, and it made her smile. So, like, 4 different guys from 4 totally different worlds had died, all suffering from the exact same mysterious ailment. Yet nobody had any idea what it was, or how it happened. For sure, not that it really changed matters. No, it didn't. I mean, Nobunaga died. And as months passed, everyone got over street sadness and found the strength to carry on with their lives. It was very easy for Inuyasha and their group since Nobunaga wasn't important! Mike, I think you care. No, there's no thinking. You care more about Nobunaga than these guys do. Nobunaga was a 1-episode, 4-chapter character that never showed up again. Not in Final Act, not in Yasuhime, not in the rest of the story. He could have died anywhere else, and no one would notice. Nobody would care. Oh, sorry, I can imagine Kagome would feel a little something because it's a human life, but still, he's not that important. He's just some random guy they helped. It'd be like if I helped somebody out, learned their name, and then I just found out they died. Yeah, I feel bad about it, but it's not exactly like it's gonna weigh on my soul. Maybe if it was Naraku or Kikyo, but this putz? No! Kagome often returned to the field area to continue to search for the Shikon jewel. Eventually, Inuyasha and Shippo met with Moroku and Sango, and the fallen Princess Kikyo was revived in an unstable way, and they and the others learned the existence of Demon Lord Naraku, all wanting to hunt him down and destroy him. So, canon happened. Tsuyu, however, was enjoying life as much as he could. And I already don't care. Husband, her pet, he's her also. She and her husband were even thinking of having children soon. Every now and again, Tsuyu would take a moment and pray to the shrines for Nobunaga's soul. Oh, please hear my prayer. Let me have a hamburger. Yoshimaru scratched his little bum in confusion and ignorance. Suddenly, Tsuyu had strange feelings he was being watched again. I want you to sleep. She was, being observed from the bottom of the stairs leading to the shrine by the same dark creature. Oh god, is this going to turn to Legend of Bucky Creek? He was standing out there in the open. He's just standing there. The guards at their post stood there so he couldn't see him at all. The creature's sigh began to fade away just as the princess ascended the stairs. Huh? Something disturb you, princess? You see him, Kiro. See who? There's nobody else here, believe us, we would have seen. Well, okay. I mean, except for those salesmen who want to sell us something! So you looked around, but couldn't see the creature anywhere. Yes, she had the distinct feeling deep inside she would see him again. The Digidestin, they had it worse. You know, I always thought that Mikan hated the Teen Titans and MLP the most. But at this very moment, I feel like it's Digimon. I feel like this one earns the most ire. Kairi and TK still had hard times getting over their exile from the digital world. The only run in their face is worse than the death of Davis and XVmon. You know, somebody on my Discord just showed a picture of a dark XVmon. Kind of would prefer him over XVmon dying. And just have Davis lose it. That would have been so much cooler. First, they spent a while at home, rooms not talking much, bewailing all that happened, all they lost. But starting to strain, so at least get back up and go back to school, save the world. Luckily, they were all Persona users as well. Unfortunately, Davis' death fed other people well, preferably the soccer team. Davis was the best captain the team had ever had. Without them, their co-captain took over. Luckily, the co-captain was Captain Tsubasa, so they had an easy time. Okay, you do realize nobody but diehard Shonen Jump fans are going to get that Captain Tsubasa reference. Yep. Oh, like that's the biggest time we've ever done a random gag. This is awful, Ken said. We had a real chance this season, too. Yelly sighed. I don't know what you miss more. Davis are playing soccer like you used to. Davis? Her boyfriend gave a teasing but sad look. They shared a warm hug, missing David's loads. Sad to say, Kairi was anything but herself. Though she was in school, she wasn't doing so well. She was often silent and still, and hardly smiled as much anymore. This made it hard for her to pay attention during class. Are you alright, Mrs. Kamiya? All teachers would ask, to which Kairi would say, Meh, could be better. Teachers and friends, even her family, were growing deeply concerned for her, especially TK, who was missing his warm snuggles. Between classes, TK met up Kairi at her locker and cut to the chase. And... we're back with we're Brawly? So, Ken and Brawly or old Ken and Brawly? What do you think is funnier? Oh boy! Kakarot! 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 What? Kakarot! 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 You blame me? Kairi snapped. I can't be taking this so lightly. We lost our Digimon. We'll never see the digital world again. And what about Davis? He's gone. And I'm tearing. Brawly raised his hands. Kakarot! Calm down. How can you say such a thing? Kairi was slapped hard across the face. And again. And again. And again. And again. And again. Again. Hey! What did I say? Well, senor, you only said that for when you were cheering. You didn't say anything about slapping. That goes for slapping too. Bring your cousin. Bye-bye! Thank you. Hi. Kairi, but right by Yoli. Kairi, snap out of it, she told her. Yoli, no. Look, I get you're upset, we all are, but all this bumping isn't gonna make things better, especially not for you. Kairi's features hardened. Listen. No, you listen. Davis is gone. You're free. Enjoy life. She paused, looked over at Ken. Sorry. My boyfriend nodded. You two, you lost your Digimon. There's not much we can do about that either. Don't know how that happened, since apparently Digimon are partnered for life. How about other things in your life? TK, your other friends, your family. All you can do is mope around and feel sorry for yourself? Bullseye! Kairi smacked Yoli hard. What's the voice talk? You don't get it. She ran out sorry. Kakarot! Brawly called to her. This sneered at Yoli. Kakarot, Kakarot, Kakarot. He teased after his girlfriend. Yoli could only sigh, and Ken was very angry. I understand how you feel. I really hope it don't get any worse. You know what happened to me? Yoli nodded. Forget what happened to you. What about that one girl from Digimon Try? This guy Kai's not here to see this, but we need to talk with Tai and Matt again. I can't agree. Kairi ran down the streets, going faster and faster. Feeling the rain, feeling her shadow taking over. Stopped by a breath of air corner walkway. She couldn't believe she actually ran out of school like that. Her anguish to kill still plagued her. She remembered all those horrible scenes. Ex-Vmont! Oh, don't you dare do that again! She, herself, punching Davis in the face and passed out and later died. Me, mocking the whole scene. There was Jedi stripping her, oh my. NTK, oh my. Of their D3s, oh. And Patamon, Gatomon lift them. She growled as he slammed the last post. Making passerby, took by a fright. Sir outburst. They just kept going on their business, not caring, stepping away from the crazy girl. Unaware she was being watched by someone else. Blink. A mysterious dark creature was standing on the other side of the street, just looking at her. Just standing there. And all the passerby walked right past her without noticing her. The creature sighed. Oh, poor girl. But can't do anything about it. I'm an asshole. Creature turned and walked up the street. Just as Kairi looked up, spotting him as he turned away from her. Huh? His head was turned away, but she recognized the guy anywhere. Davis? No! 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 PTSD! As he dashed across the street. Car screeched to a halt and drivers yelled at Kairi. But she took no notice and dashed around a corner. Davis, she called. I don't see him anywhere. I thought he tall. She stopped over it, remembering it couldn't have been him. So he just sat there back against the wall of the building and sank down to the ground. People passing by thought he was a beggar. Threw a few coins. You just see a girl sitting there on the street, you think she's a beggar? Oh no, I'm just a single generous. Oh well, that explains everything. But she hardly noticed that she was too lost in her own darkness. That's darkness! Morning comes to Manhattan. Dick Grayson is busy typing away at his typewriter. It's quiet. The day is peaceful, and all Dick can hear is the clacking of keys on his paper, trying to finish up whatever work he has, seemingly unaware of the shadow that lurks just outside his window. Then, with a mighty crash, Slade Wilson, the Terminator, breaks through the window, crashing all the boards as well. Hello there, Grace. Good of you to be at home. Certainly makes my job one heck of a lot easier. Terminator? Can't know who I am. Yet it obviously does. Come on, kid. Don't play dumb. We both know who you are. Or so I said was. As that was as in has been. No use pretending. Even if I don't know why he's here, he still has to be stopped. With swiftness trained to him since he was 12, Dick throws a punch, only to watch it be grabbed by Slade. Is that the best you could do, Grayson? Nearly enough. And with a throw, Slade tosses him past his desk. You see, kid, my brain's power's been boosted. My strength and reflexes are greater than an ordinary man's. Fact is, I could rip you apart if I wanted to. But I won't, unless you force me to. You see, kid, my contract with Hive says they want you dead or alive. No skin off my teeth once I turn you over. Terminator's been after us since the Titans first grouped together. I don't know why the Hive wants us. But what worries me is, am I the first to be attacked? Are the others alive? As these thoughts run through Dick's mind, he goes for an axe kick, only to have it blocked by Slade. Mistake, Grayson. Definitely a mistake. Maybe you just don't learn well. And he throws Dick into the wall. Boom! Come quietly, kid. Save yourself some broken bones. He's both stronger and faster than me. I can't just fight him. I need the others. If he hasn't already gotten to them. I have an idea. If I could go to him just a bit. Slowly getting up, Dick turns around and stares at Defiance. Forget it, creep. You want me? You'll have to kill me. Slade does not even flinch as he fists Dick through a window. You're not a fool, Grayson. Why are you pretending to be one? Have you knocked me by the window? It's the only way out. Dick rolls across, jumping out the window, falling several stories down. If I survive a 4-story fall, $300 leather jacket. Hate doing this to you. Taking off his jacket, Dick uses his material to grab onto a hang. If only he slowed my down, if only for a bit. Using his acrobatics, he flips around, crossing it to the garbage below. While I pray people are returning their glass balls instead of throwing them out. Tricky brat. Gotta admire him, though. Took one chance in a million and he made it. Slade watches as Dick runs through the traffic, dodging cars as he goes. If only for a moment. Slade brings out his gun and with expert accuracy shoots By stroke of luck, Dick manages to dodge the bullet. Blast. Too many civilians. Can't fire straight. No matter. He won't get far, especially with that limp. Must have twisted his ankle on the fall. Swiftly, Terminator leaps for the window and starts running for the rooftop of every single vehicle. Funny. Of all the Titans, the one without powers proves the hardest. Maybe not so funny. Grace is their leader because he's the best. Powers augment a person. They don't make him. I was the best before I came this way. Now I'll just do it easier. Two people watch from a car. There he is, Joseph. He must be desperate, fighting like that in public. Slade's been getting sloppy. Might make it our job a lot easier. Where is he? Slade begins to run through the park. I'm too tense, too worried, too much right on this. A year and a half to complete a contract is much too long. He's gone. He runs and sees a bunch of joggers going through a marathon, joined in somewhere with other joggers. Blast. Never let anyone escape me before. What's wrong with me lately? I'm afraid, yet my nerves are on edge. Who are you looking at? Get away from me! My nerves are shot, and I know why. Never doubted my abilities before. First time I rely on someone else to assist me. Tara Markov. Has Winter Green been right all along about her? Well, she's setting me up. No, that's impossible. She's insane. She isn't out to destroy the Titans for money or to honor an accepted contract. Maybe that's why I'm nervous. She can't be controlled. From below, the two people continue following the vehicle. Grace had escaped him. I can imagine what's running through poor Slade's mind. You might not understand, Joseph. I feel sorry for him right now. He must be so confused. Sadly, Joseph nods. He understands. Dick continues to run through the crowd, going through the park. He's gone. Dick Kevin. The leg's twisted. Never could have fought him. But that isn't what worries me. Nothing quite said. I got the impression I was the last on the Titans list. Dick finds a tree and rests, catching his breath. But how could you killed? No. Won't think about it until I find out for sure. Come on. Activate the emergency signal. Why doesn't anyone respond? Answer, blast it! Somebody answer! Nothing. It's hardly conclusive. Could be dozens of reasons. Corey and Don's penthouse is nearby. I could be there in minutes. Let them be home, God. But the moment he arrives, he finds the door busted open, shattered. And once he steps into the apartment, nothing left but explosions and a ruined apartment. Okay, the Terminator was here. That doesn't mean Corey and Donna are... Huh? He reaches down, he finds something through a rubble. A small parchment. A card? I didn't see any gifts. What happened here? What in blazes is going on? Just a short while ago. Hold on. I'll be right. Oh, no one here. A present. Dickie didn't have to. Slowly, Corey picks up the present and walks in, taking it into her apartment. You're so sweet. You make me cry. Although she felt the packets tingle as she undid the wrapping, Corey had to ignore the telltale warning. When suddenly it was too late. An explosion erupts. The alien powerhouse was unprepared to absorb the amazing energy surge. Her slim fingers went numb. Her hair stiffened. And she all but exploded from the painful, pulsating power, causing her to knock out. Can't kill myself any longer. Trouble is, I don't know if Terminator got Corey, Donna, or both. Marcus is still warm. Whatever took place happened in the last few hours. That time frame indicates Donna may have been working in her photo studio. Can't call it a dead phone. I don't want to worry Terry until I have news for him. Blast! She's gonna be married. Just a few more months. No, I'm thinking negatively. I should just proceed with my work. Next logical step is her studio. Dick steps through the doorway. Donna? Donna! Doesn't mean anything. She could have been out. Or she might be in a dark room. She might not hear me in there. Alright? Slowly, Dick walks through the dark room. Nobody's there. But tossed over is all that gives him any clues. I must have been the last. Damn it! How did he do it? Donna's stronger than the Terminator. Could never have sneaked up on her. Our developer's stuff on the floor. Smells fishy, like some kind of alcohol. It's not right. 2 more prints, and that's it. A few hours ago. No more jobs until after the wedding. I need some time off. I think Terry does too. Maybe we could get away during his Easter recess. Lord, would a couple of days away from everything do wonders for me. Can't juggle the wedding and work while being Times Field leader at the same time. Slowly, she begins to drop her developers with materials. That must have a wonder. Come on, not. Smoke begins to fill the air. Gotta get Dick back into. What's. Chuckles. Well. Need air. Need. And with that, she passes out. Sulfuric acid in her tray. Some kind of alcohol mixed in a bottle. She must have mixed them together and created, without realizing it was created a toxic ether. Terminator knew where I lived, Corey lived, and where Donna worked. How did you learn her private secrets? How? Moving quickly, Dick gets into the car and drives away. Good thing Donna's car was still in the garage. Too blasting empty to wait for a cab. It's almost a first interest. I know Terminator must have gotten to Vic. Something inside me demands I learn how. Might be a clue. Hope of learning if he simply kidnapped him or... As he drives off, a black car begins to follow. Or killed him. That's what I've been avoiding thinking about. We all knew it could happen. Yeah, we knew it. We just didn't believe it. He knows what he'll find before he goes inside. Joseph, listen carefully. Listen to him. The man is thorough. He examines each step of the puzzle. Looking. Searching. Hoping he gets soap for something. Anything to lead him to Slade. Even though I suspect he knows Slade's too professional to leave anything behind. We're not needed here, Joseph. Head for the east side, please. Joseph's green eyes wondered. What is his mother planning now? Using all his strength, Dick breaks down the door. No one. Didn't expect one, though. Vic had made a set of keys for me. Strange about. We talk to each other. Sometimes I feel like I know everything about him. But he continually surprises me. There's more to Vic's stone than he allows himself to show. Nothing out of the ordinary here. No sign of any struggle or... Was it Poe or Doyle who said the best place to hide something is right in the open? After the almost invisible subterfuge at Don's lab, I was looking for hidden weapons. Nothing as obvious as a gimmick wired chair. Turning to behind him, Dick sees a chair with manacles and strap. Dick probably never knew what hit him.
Leaving Rangoon soon. Be visiting OUSA in a few weeks. See you then, kid. See you then, like I saw him last week. How many years has it been? I was a kid. I had a fight with Dad, then took off on one of their trips. Far East, working in India, playing in Morocco. Not grandparents, the Globetrotters. Don't know if I'll ever see him again. After what he did to Dad. Strike! What in blazes click? This is one of Logan's jokes. No, not even Greenface missing would come this far. Show! Can't break free. Bands aren't made of metal. All I did Parisium stuff.
An electric shock shocks through him, disabling the robot of the cybernetic hero. Seat was wired for a high voltage electric charge, judging from the papers on the floor. Vic was probably reading when it happened. One by one, the Terminator got to us. Gotta learn if anyone besides me has escaped. I gotta get to the tower. Mule and the Vic. Same old drill. Feel bad, seek dark creature, lather, let's repeat. And we'll finally now find out about these creatures. The creature sighed. I might as well head back. With that, he clapped his hands together. Bravo, bravo. Way down out front, creating a small dark vortex. He flew through it, flies through a dark gap of dimensions. Surrounded by dark swirly colors and flashes of red and white lightning streaks. Why must it always be so dark? I must have color! Oh god, is this a Snyder film? Then he emerged in a dark place, where it was as dark as night. Darker even. Black. Dark. 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 Too dark! Too dark! I can't see the rest of the paragraph! Thank you. The lands were all dark, long practically endless. All the ways there was darkness. The ground was dry, covered with dark purple and gray sand. No vegetation, no life. There were large mountains in the distance and soft, eerie winds and whistling sound. No words, it was a dull dimension. All dark and eerie. When will these bad guys learn? And yes, I do know that it's supposed to be dark and evil. But you see, even dark places in most anime have more color than this. The creature turned out to be Beast Boy, or rather, a dark version of himself. Ah, so typical Mike and Beast Boy. His skin was a very dark shade of gray. He wore a black outfit with a hint of silver twinkling all over it. Sparkle! Over his face, he wore a soft black mask that resembled Robin's mask. It was much bigger. It covered more of his face than just around eyes. So, it doesn't resemble Robin's mask. They're called domino masks, you dip! The eye parts themselves were also black and shiny, rather than white and clear. The large black lines down his face from his monster jawline. Even then were large black angel wings that doubled as a cape now that he was walking again. And, well, I used to enjoy seeing that with gargoyles, but now that's been taken with me. Thank you! He hung his head low, feeling rather shameful or sorry. He walked along the darkness, seemingly nowhere, ran into 3 more creatures like himself. Nobunaga, Davis, and Spike. All of them looked exactly the same as he did, wearing black, marks on their faces, wings on their capes. Only Nobunaga's skin tone seemed more darker than the others. Has anybody ever noticed that we look very, very, very boring and dull? This boy opened his mouth to speak. It spoke in that whistly, hinting sound. The subtitles read, "What? Oh, I was supposed to read that. Well, you see, you're not supposed to read subtitles out loud. You dork. You see, again, visual medium. You know, good way to do translation? Parentheses. I know you know that exists on your keyboard. How did your patrols go? Nobunaga replied. Much has changed over the past 500 years in my dimension. New Mortal Kombat tournaments. David spoke, but in plain English. Guys, we're home now. We can talk normally. Was that supposed to be a joke? Because I ain't laughing! Spike sighed. Thank goodness the kids can hang of this language. Hey, you'll learn in time, said Beast Boy. That's all any of us seem to do in this shithole with Dark Zone. See? Even they think this place is shitty! Please. I wish you would refrain from using such foul language. Oh, piss off! Oh, piss off, you Nobunaga idiot! He was like, look, no, Nobunaga. Whatever, you may have been here, but the 3 of us are still noobs. Let it sink in. Suddenly, another creature approached him from behind Spike. Whoa! Spike cried. The creature, just like they were, only his skin was completely black. No features, no nose, mouth, ears. Almost as if he wore a complete black spandex suit. Only not as sexy. However, he wore a lot of sass, immensely solar pads, and a... What's with the sass? Our Lord wishes to see the 4 of you. No, what's with the sass? Cut those off the whole thing here! The sentry left, and the quartet made their way across the dark lands, passing over many creatures like themselves, all of which were male. Sexist! Sexist! Why do we let Slasher into the studio? Because, Marcel Braystar, I pay him good money. He's a great bouncer. They all looked rather humanoid-like. Same height, same shape, nothing that special or different. Ah, Micah's creativity. Some were even returning through portals like Spike did, while others were leaving for different dimensions, planning to return later. So this way it looks someday. Spike said to himself, well, at least I'll be taller. So they arrived in a large vacant of dark lands. They all bowed to the ground before someone who was out of view, could not be seen from where they were seen. What about us? I mean, we're floating. He spoke in a deep yet soft voice, almost as if he were sad. I have called the four of you here out of concern. You seem to forget that while you were sent to observe your specific worlds, you are not restricted to simply one place. Nobunaga, you might have learned this long ago, but your comrades are still new. Nobunaga bowed. My lord, they are simply adjusting. You said many before us had time to understand and accept. I did. By the Lord, I understand this is difficult for you all, but you must understand this is what you are now. We all get that, said Spike, but it's so hard. So I said, don't get what the big deal is. Nobody can see or hear us anyway, and all we're doing is looking at everyone, preferably our old friends! Spike's gonna be a more likable character in this, isn't he? Beast Boy scoffed. Yeah, the mother... No, we're not censoring this. This is an M-rated fic. You are going to be M-rated, boy! But, I don't care! You are M-rated, you are going to speak like an adult! So, no! Yeah, the motherfuckers that are responsible for us to begin with, and now we are here to force the watch over them and absorb shit so they don't get shit on! I will do, snapped the Lord. Listen carefully. Since the beginning of time, there has been much seen, done, and this cycle will continue for all eternity. Monotonous, isn't it? One thing that remains the same in the world of anything is possible. Except for knocking some sense into Mikan. The boys all took deeply what he said. You mean... what anybody knows. This is Philosophy of For Dummies 101. Go with care, Dark Angels, and remember, this is your domain. He said no more, and the boys took their leave. Can't help but feel sorry for him, said Nobunaga Beast Boy. He's had it worse than any of us did. At least I got laid before I got here, said Beast Boy Nobunaga. Lucky you, grumbled Davis. No, unlucky me, said Beast Boy. The bitch lied to me and the others, letting me in that house. As you should have been a long time ago. What suppose you could do about that? I'm gonna question you for a bit. Doodles! I'll catch up with you guys later. Take it easy, Spike, said Davis. Spike that led through the portal he conjured was gone. The other three sighed. The all to do was sit and shut their eyes in an extremely long meditation. Seriously? Sprang for a TV, some video games, comics. My God, this is hell. This is a literal hell. There's nothing to do here. This is boring. This is dull. This is Micah's Mindscape. But that's beside the point. This is no good world to be in. Any reasonable person would hate it here. This is a dull, boring wasteland of the soul. This is hell. Practically being nothing at all in these lands, and being dead, they didn't need to eat or sleep or have much use for those things. Boring. This is what they were now, forever. Monotonous, isn't it? As for Spike, he was doing exactly what his own shit, flying about in his former world, unseen and unheard by everyone. He could fly through thickets of walls. Nothing could harm him. Especially about the fact that he could fly now. I hate to steal from somebody, but... ha 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 ha! Classic cannon. Reminds me of how things could be. He looked over and saw the memorial statue around town square. Loads of flowers have reached around the base. Many of which were old and withered away, but some were freshly laid. So he closed his fists in a mix of sadness and anger. It hurt him so much to remember how all this happened. And what did Spike saw when he flew back home? Everything is beautiful in their own way. It stars like heaven's eyes. Spike flew high up, and his dark angel form was glowing, pulsating with more darkness than ever. Guess I'm full. Might as well head back now. I've done my good deed. What did you do? I've done my good deed. What did you do? I just looked it over. All you did was just fly around, looked at your friends, watched them live their lives, and now you're going home. Yeah, I've done my good deed. What did you do? I've done my good deed. Your good deed was just you flying around. Yep. I hate the Dark Angels and everything in it. And if I didn't already do an RP where I kicked their asses, I would do it again. Three months later. Kagami was preparing to head to the field area, checking to see he had everything he needed. Think that's all of it. Thanks for helping me, Sota. My brother smiled. I wish I could come with you. Sota, why don't you hang out over there and get ready to be a cool adult so you can take care of Toa? With pleasure. Besides, there's this really cute violinist I want to talk to. Kagami patted her brother's head. Sorry, Sota. You know not just anyone can pass through the well. Besides, I think it's a little more dangerous for you. Their mother came in and reminded Sota. Don't you have a spelling test today? And you're gonna meet Hitomi at the animal shelter. Sota blushed amidst his girlfriend. Oh yeah, I gotta get going. Good luck, sis. Then he was off to school. That's not how you say Moe. I mean, I know Hitomi's a probably nice girl, but, that violinist Moe, trust me, dude, you're gonna go far with her. At the same time, in the digital world, Izzy was psych. So our quiz is gonna happen today. Digital gate will open like it did for us the first time in summer camp. How do you know this? We're here to talk about Kairi. All the other Disney Destin, except for Kairi and TK, were gathered in a digital park, and all their respective Digimon were there too. Because, hey, if you're gonna have a conversation, might as well have it in a digital world. Kairi's getting way worse, said Tai. You recall what TK had said about Kairi and saying to him, if you go out, studying for a test will only make things better. What difference does it make? Davis is gone. I'll never see Gatomon or Digital World ever again. P.S. Still hating myself. I take it to cutting little pieces of paper in Davis's image. She's really taking this a lot worse than I thought. What do you think? No, duh, Sherlock. I couldn't answer this. It's worse than you think. Kairi's been coming to actually see Davis. I told her to stop taking the reefer. Still, that's not possible. Maybe she can see something the rest of us can't. Well, she is psychic. My mom's been talking, and Kairi may need professional help. Well, concerning the last time somebody like Kairi lost her Digimon and lost their partner for good, the D-Reaper attacked the entire planet and threatened to kill us all. I think maybe we should actually talk and actually help them. Everyone wished that Genai didn't take away Gatomon and Patamon, but for life, and that's that. I can't blame them. They are jerks. Not as jerky as Davis, I'm just saying they are. Wonder how Kairi and TK are handling things now. Well, I repeat, you remember that little girl on Digimon Tamers? And the D-Reaper? She couldn't get over things and move on with her life. She was doing horribly in school, and she was on the verge of either having to attend summer school or repeat grade 11 altogether. Oh no! Having to attend school in Japan in the summer! Oh no, not that! Hey, Yasaki! You might have to attend school in the summer! In Japan? Oh no! I know, it's really shocking to me. Once again, time for Do You Even Japanese, Bro? Kids in Japan are in school almost year round. They take breaks for Golden Week, 3 weeks for summer, and then a Christmas break. They also take a couple of weeks off, about a week, a few days off for exams. But most of the time, they are still in school for a long time. So no, having to attend summer school is not much of a threat. And by the way, it's not grade 11, it's second year. Again, do you even Japanese, bro? And thus, with a little broken heart, Kairi takes Brawly out, looks down and says, maybe it's for the best then we break up. Kakarot! All our dating does cause nothing but trouble. Brawly, I never thought it could, but it has. Kakarot! Protested Brawly. Kakarot! Translation, he threw a whiny tantrum and tried to make other people miserable. Yeah, you're right. Kairi said it was a crazy way. In a way, Brawly was right. Nope, he was completely right. Demon Stark Angel continued being an ass. You telling yourself, you little shit. He didn't try to leave, but Kairi saw him. Davis? What? Kakarot? Davis! What? It is you! Remember, Davis, Kairi's got latent psychic energy. She also has been known to see things that aren't there. And you really got over there? What did you think was going to happen? Kakarot. I know what I saw, Brawly. It was Davis. I could swear I've seen him before. Now I know it's true. I'm not crazy. Yes, you are. How is it possible? I'm just a shadow. Well, everybody can see shadows as long as they play Sonic games. Oh, before I get to the comic, Robin's talking about not giving in to Terrace's cravings. You do not get between a pregnant woman and her cravings. Bad stuff happens, man. Bad stuff. Titans Tower, East River Island headquarters of the Team Titans, was built by Fixed Stone's father, Silas. Only those who possess the special security passes can enter its guarded doors. At least that's what it says in the manual. I've never been so worried. No, scared is the right word, not worried. I faced countless criminals before I gave up my Robin identity. But a sense that was always on their turf. First Batman and I, then the Titans and I would hunt them down. We were prepared for battle, but now the Terminator came to us, and our secret IDs, new secrets no one outside of Prius's few should know. That each of us when our guard was down. That's what scares me. Not only that he knew who we were, but when the chips were down, we were unprepared to fight him. Now I may be the only one of us left. The only one to offend the others if he managed to. Dick steps in and sees a giant column of earth breaking through the tower. Column of earth. Terra's fighting here. So even the Terminator couldn't get past her powers. Terra's column blocks the elevator. The fight was upstairs. Raven's room? It's impossible. Terminator could never get past her. She sends him, providing her powers working. But they haven't been, have they? Dick steps into Raven's room. We keep promising we'll find a way to help her, but we never do. So we've been unconsciously scared of her. Somehow Terminator got past Raven's soul self, got past Terra's earth-shifting powers, past our warring devices, everything! You're wrong, Mr. Grayson. The Terminator was never here. What? Who are you? Dick turns around to the voice to see a beautiful young brunette standing next to her as a young man with curly blonde hair. You may call me Adeline, just as my son. Do you prefer Dick or Richard, since you no longer use the application Robin? How does she know? Kit looks shocked. She may be guessing. How did she get in here? This is a private residence. Mr. Grayson, please hear me out. All your friends did not fall bow to the Terminator. Raven was captured by the one you know as Terra. Terra Markov works with the Terminator. You're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Grayson, I know you better than you might believe. Sorry, your analytical mind is already fitting together the myriad pieces. There's no way I could be certain how the attack began, but doubtless it was when Raven was preoccupied. While the Terminator was going after his prey, Markov, given free rein to Titan Towers, went after hers. She's a clever little girl. A natural actor. I'm certain her face didn't betray her emotions even as she brought her powers to bear. She had been practicing. I can show you her workout sites later if you don't believe me. I'm certain she assumed Markov was working out. No reason to anticipate a sudden, deadly attack. One which she was unprepared to counter. She was conscious before she had even known to happen. Markov despised the empath. He was the only one who could sense Terra's consummate evil. Indeed, Markov had sworn to destroy Raven if given the chance. But he knew the Terminator wouldn't allow that. As I said, you're crazy. And you haven't changed my mind. Terra couldn't be a traitor! Why so? She had to be one of you to turn traitor. From the very beginning, she belonged body and soul to the Terminator. Theirs was a most devious plan, worked out with the Terminator's usual abominable plan. Terra was planted in your group to learn your weaknesses. Once she knew all about you, they attacked. Think of it, Mr. Grayson. Your secret identities revealed, your private lives exposed, mere weeks after you revealed to them Markov. I won't believe you, not yet. Still haven't checked out Gar Logan. Dick turns away, walking away, his face raised. He may throw the proverbial monkey wrench in your story. He's a proud one, Joseph. Yet I think he believes he cannot accept that he and his friends could have been fooled so easily. I'm confident he will work with us. He has no other choice. Excuse me? Is Gar Logan there? It's an emergency. Please hurry.
Mr. Logan, I believe he's somewhere in the mansion. May take a few moments, sir. I'm rather new here. Long while Mr. Quester was on vacation. Yes, I understand. It's an emergency. Madeline, do you think you can find Mr. Logan? It's an urgent phone message.
Must I? I hate it when he chases me as a green wolf.
Government goes wild. Mr. Quester insists he's really quite harmless.
I wouldn't call being squeezed by a bullet considered harmless. Why didn't I listen to Mama and become an exotic dancer? Mr. Logan, sir, please don't spring out of nowhere and attack me. Mr. Logan, not yet. Dear God. Slowly, the maid picks up a letter and starts to read. For the Teen Titans fan club, we think you're the greatest. Hours earlier. Can we have your autographed picture, please, or we'll die? I can't disappoint my panting public. Maybe I'll deliver these pics myself. Ah, my dears, you're so lucky I had Donna print up several thousands of pictures of yours truly. Let's see now. Take care of W, medley yours Gar. Please, you're at least 16, aren't you? To Marty S, you sound cute too. Tina C. Ugh, this looks awful. Gar continues to lick the envelopes. What happened to the hard to get cinnamon flavor envelopes? Oh, Lucy, hope you dig this, you crazy kid. Mercy, this is just for you. How long have I been doing this? It feels like hours. Exhausted. Oh, Emily, my love, here's to you. Clue's been drugged. Dangerous dolt. He's not here? No? No message? Thanks. Damn! Hanging up the phone, Dick turns to the woman and her son. I sincerely hope you believe me now. I don't want you. I find it nearly impossible to accept the Titans fell so easily. In their homes, they were off guard. Undoubtedly, Slade attacked them when they were least able to fight back. Please, you may not know Joseph or me, but we wouldn't lie about this. The information Terminator had could only come from one of us. I hate to think it was Terra. She seems so... Hold it. You said Slade? Slade Wilson. The Terminator. He was... my husband. Epilogue. The Rocky Mountains. One of nature's most spectacular wonders. Also the headquarters for a criminal organization known as the Hive. Hierarchy for international offenses and extermination. The Terminator is approaching. Its contract complete. Notify landing personnel for takeover control guidance. Notify security. We must be in readiness. Terminator, we will control your landing. Prepare your cargo for exchange. Everything's ready. Just guide me in. The Hive was formed a mere 5 years ago. Years 1 and 2 were spent in recruiting personnel. Our third year was spent in securing our persistent in terrorism and geographic control. During year 3, we suffered repeated losses to beings the world calls superheroes. To that end, we dedicated ourselves to their destruction. We are about to finally achieve success. Hive, I picked up the contract belonging to Grant Wilson, the Ravager. That contract is completed. The Teen Titans are yours. And you guys really didn't miss much with the Teen Titans segment. All that happened is there was a jewel heist. The Titans kicked ass. They found a crystal that had the sun and the carving of a unicorn on it. That was so important, it required it to be italicized. Meanwhile, Beast Boy just floats up there, going, time to absorb, and then head back. And then his hands begin glowing a dark aura. What's he absorbing? I don't know. Don't care. I guess he's some sort of darkness. Apparently like Spike did, but, what did Spike absorb when he was going around with his friends? Other than nothing. A diddly squat. And Raven shoots missile up. Beast Boy almost absorbs that in her magic. And it goes back down. They take care of the bad guys. Crystal glows. Nobody notices, nor does anybody care. And then the crystal turns back on. It turns back off, turns back on. And everybody's just relaxing and talking about Beast Boy. And meanwhile, everybody is just hanging out at the Crystal Castle, trying to figure out what's going on. Again, don't worry, guys, you're not missing much. Meanwhile, the dark skies begin to go crazy. What's that? What's happening? The missile barriers between worlds are being compromised by a strange force. Let's not let anything outside enter our world. You couldn't have, fixed up the barrier. My Erebus, you are useless, aren't you? All at once, the angels were bathed in waves of dark aura. Once they unleashed way into the dark sky, strengthening the dark zone, studying under stress to keep their world safe and protected from the forces. They'll keep them out. Thank the bleakness. Steve, that was horrible. Even the Lord was pleased. Most of the outsiders knows of our existence. Davis and the other guys in his team were grouped. I've been seen. See what? How's that possible? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's because you guys keep walking around those people! The Lord shall not be happy about this. Nope. Nami was ready to jump into the well ahead for the feudal era. Here goes. The solar eclipse was beginning in the Digi-Destined world. This is the game we're preparing to head back to the real world from the digital world. Prepare for the warp. Jewelry shop in Titan's world was closed. But a strange sun crystal began to glow brightly as the full moon is rising. Sign it. Back to Twilight's castle, the mirror crate was still going berserk. What's wrong with it? It's like it's starting to blow. Okay, this doesn't seem like any fun, cried Pinky. Twilight managed to get the gate under control. I can't stop it. The power levels are overloading. It's like the gate has a mind of its own. No! Warp out! Of course, every 30 moons, the gate opens by itself until the light of a full moon. We never really did determine what moons meant in the world, did we? Unfortunately, it exploded. Going over to the well, the digiport opened, the sun crystal blew bright, mirrors shined brightly, firing a blast of power, and all of them fell through a magical vortex. Whee! Something about Cadence lets Flurry hard out of grip. Flurry! Cadence! Donkey! Sister! Luna called Celestia. Two found themselves pulled further away from another. The ponies were all being thrown at grids of 4. Rarity, Rainbow Dash, Cadence, Luna. Twilight, Fluttershy, Shining Armor, Starlight. Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Flurry Heart, Celestia. Why are Celestia and Luna always going to be involved in there? Because gosh darn it, if Micah doesn't have this strange idea that Celestia and Luna have to be involved in everything! Even though they don't need to be. Others take note. Just because you have a very powerful person, a teacher, does not mean they have to be involved in every part of your story! They can do other things. They can let the other characters do their own thing. It's perfectly okay. That's why they are the side characters, and the main 6 are the mains. You don't need Celestia and Luna to do everything! All 3 groups disappeared in bright flashes into the warp. Woo! So, you might be wondering, how am I going to do the Teen Titans bits? Well, I've still got to read the comic.